Omega is my past. Omega is my birth. Pro wrestling, Omega, is where the Hardy Boys started.
Jeff's a different bird, I'll tell you what, man. He's, you can't put him in a category at all.
Jeff would take his shirt off his back for a stranger on the street, you know, which I can't say that for a lot of people. Jeff's got the best heart I've ever seen in anybody. And any of our guys in our federation, he's probably got the best heart of anybody in the federation. But yet, Jeff was always the most talented too.
Yeah, I always get a smile on my face when I talk about Jeff or think about Jeff. He's just one of the kindest people you'll ever want to meet, and just a good soul and a good person. And the athlete that Jeff Hardy is today is incredible. But if you could have seen Jeff Hardy when he was 18, 19 years old, just getting to the building, we'd just set up the ring, and he'd be in there jumping off the top rope and doing things that I'd never seen before. And then he'd get in the ring with Shannon Moore, and they'd go back and forth and, you know, just spar and kind of work on some things, and it made my jaw drop.
When it comes to being flashy and showing off and really like drawing people's emotions out, Jeff's much better than that in me. You know, and I'll be the first to admit it. He's a lot more graceful in the things he does.
And I'd spent money on having some nice barricades built. My dad made barricades. He's an engineer, a retired engineer now, and he built us. We've got some friends that have like a metal shop and stuff, and so he built these nice black barricades, just beautiful barricades. And they were the metal on was not too thick, so Jeff has to do a high spot.
So Jeff did this moonsault body block, and he kind of overshot both these guys, and they didn't do their best to step behind and catch him or anything. And they kind of caught Jeff's upper body in his chest, and Jeff's shin, which everyone knows if you ever get hit in the shin, it's one of the most excruciating things that can happen to you. Jeff came down off the top rope, and his shin hit flush on this 3-inch solid steel beam. And the beam bent. I mean, it was solid steel, and the beam probably bent this far. It probably bent 5 or 6 inches down, just like this. And Jeff hit him. We're going, oh my God, we're going to have to take this son of a bitch in emergency surgery tonight. I was like, there's no way a human being cannot survive that. I mean, when you see the footage, it's just, it's something like off, Ripley's Believe It or Not. You know, this guy did this and he's still walking afterwards. And not only that, I mean, that motherfucker had to come back out and put me over in the main event, so that was a big problem. You know what I'm saying?
Limping boys, yeah. Sucking it up, man.
You remember that?
I do remember that. That's on my list. That's probably like the #1 memory overall.
Jeff did that number. We were all really concerned, and they brought Jeff to the back, and, you know, what's your status, what's your condition? Jeff was in, you know, major pain. Like I said, it was torturous, man. It was so brutal. And we asked Jeff. We said, man, do you think we need to figure out a different plan for the main event, because it was going to be Surge or High Voltage versus Will-O-Wisp. And he's like, no, man, I'm going. He said, I'm going to be there. I'm wrestling. I said, are you sure, dude? Are you positive? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to be there, man, limping and all that. So he made it, man, and he went out there and he proved he was a tough son of a bitch, man. He went out there and he worked hard as he could be. I remember he took a backdrop out, went through a table on the floor, which was another hard-ass bump, and believe me, Jeff earned his $50 or $60 that night. Believe me, you.
And I still got the bent barricade. It's never been straightened out. My dad wanted to straighten it out later, and I said, no, it's not going to happen. We're not going to, you cannot do that. And just because it's a testament to Jeff's fortitude.